Yeah. Never dispose of the pen, I'm at it again, we close to the end. The older I get, emphatic I am. They try to pretend, they try to be friend, wreak havoc instead. Look at the trends, can't comprehend my dramatic ascent. I'm heavenly sent, they try to condemn. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man. Yeah, different vision but the same goes. Big collision off the main road, that's the beaten path where my brain goes. Fuck the devil's wrath off my halo. Hella stones, no Thanos. Hella gold, no rainbow. This is hella genius in my brain lobes. Hella gross as far as revenue goes. Bought me a net for these Benjamins though. You not a threat, you an enemy though. Broke me a sweat, killing enemies slow. Body offset, all these feminine flows. Hardly upset, but you testing me though. All of these stats are depressingly low. Why your girl think I'm a specimen though? Drones and them perks is my medicine though. There's no comparison, black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't mention it, that's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send in my sentiments. Neck full of sediments, cop me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Drop the investment in Silicon Valley. All this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just move to Miami. Drums are so loud that they breaking the chassis. King of the grass like I'm Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors at labels is testing. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, glowing up, but we still trapped. That's how a nigga survives. Flowing out, got the crowd packed. Yeah, that's how a nigga provides. Y'all insta this, y'all snap that, y'all diss this, and they snap back. Another mass shooting in the headlines. I'm like, damn, where that attack at? Cause y'all think this about race. They font that shit in your face. It's like every day it's the same agenda. It's really not that hard to trace. Fuck it, we might as well face it. Accept it, whatever it's wrapped in. There'll come a day when they run out of grace. So me and my niggas stay trapping. Yeah, ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Hey, someone be too who I wanted to be and then what I became. Ended up going my own way, but I couldn't stay in my lane. Now if I'm honest, I've taken a liking to wearing these chains. They hold me down, make it easier when I start feeling the pain. Out of the overflow, your heart, they say your mouth speaks. Well, my heart must be fucked up, cause I can't speak and I can't sleep. So I stay woke in this daydream. Got shit to do, got the world to see. Got the same crew, got some new fleets. There's an empire, fuck a boutique, that's real. I only say what I feel, got a new plate with the same meal. On a new height with the same chill. Y'all too fake, I stay real. Got cast down from heaven, but I'm too good to stay in hell. I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, I don't know where the story ends, but I keep writing like oh well, oh well. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah, we ride around this ghost. If we show up, then we still have it. Yeah, we slide around this coast. Yeah, we glowing up, but we still trapped. Sitting high up on the stone. Put my foes out, got the world clapping. Yeah, we vibing up in this show. So your main girl in the private section. Yeah. Let's get it. Yeah. but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents, cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everest and K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
What's going on, Beaches? Welcome to the Daily Swole podcast. Swole After Dark. Happy Friday, happy Theft, happy Friday evening. We are closing out the week strong. Make sure that you head on over to summerswole.com. You don't want to miss these specials. We are bringing in the summer with those sick fucking gains. Join the fam today. Head on over to summerswole.com and join us and start Maximum Swole, the 90-day dash, Swole Mastery. Get your nutrition jumpstart on, start customizing and doing everything that we talk about here in the podcast. Just want to close out the week. Of course, we're going to have some weekend Swolosophy tomorrow and the next day. So check out Spotify and Apple Podcast. Stay plugged in so you can check out those episodes. And reminder that today is the day. There is no tomorrow. There's no yesterday. It's only right now. Why wait? Stop waiting. Stop waiting. The fuck is wrong with you? Stop waiting. Summerswole.com. Let's get into it.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
I'm the devil, and I'm here to do the devil's business.
Go to the fucking gym.
Swole, Normuth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Well, what's going on, Beaches, Booshes, Buses, Hustles, and your host? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode. And today's episode of Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you Beaches. Hello. We got the evening lights on. We got the subtle, nice, and gentle glow. So if you want to be in on The evening swole, make sure you dim those lights. Dim those lights. Light a candle. Let's fucking go. Let's bring in the evening strong. Let's talk about some merch first. Merch reviews. We got to give some love over to papaswolio.com. We have buy one, get one 50. Don't miss out. We have the hantavirus drop from earlier this week, Monday, and upcoming releases. You guys are going to love it. These are fire. We are turning it up for the summer. I'm so excited for the upcoming releases. I'm so excited. Anyway, Paul, 5-star review. Thank you so much. Dope hat, great fit and coloring. And that's the Swolenormous Cybertruck trucker hat. And ironically, I am rocking the same cap. That is the military green or whatever it's classified as. That's awesome. Or the olive. Super cool. So this is the same one, but it's blue, obviously. Love it. Love the fit. Comfortable, sturdy, reliable, and of course, you're repping the Swole fam, which is absolutely legit. I love this hat. Here's the latest drop from this week. If you missed any of the earlier episodes or if you're just joining in, we do new releases every Monday. And this past Monday, we dropped Stop Trying to Make Hantavirus Happen. This is the original. They changed it to Fetch for Mean Girls, but this was the original. I was obviously way ahead. I'm always way ahead of my time. But this is another one. This is just another example of original IP that got hijacked. But this was legit. This is legit. It's now available over there. So go and check that out. We're already on to Ebola. So it was hantavirus for a week. Now it's Ebola. So this merch is almost dated. I hope I get mine in soon so I could wear it for some videos because I think we're almost past this disease already.
Just an inch.
Hantavirus is done.
It's cold outside.
Done. We missed it. Damn. It only lasted 4 days this time. All right, what we got here?
What's in the box?
Let's check out some. Oh, look at those sweaty gains. We got a post here from the Swole fam. Let's get into some Swole fam posts. Heather, currently destroying my old self on leg day. Sweating my ass off and looking forward to seeing what it looks like underneath. Oh, yeah. Let's get into it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Hells yeah. Leg day, baby. Leg day. All right, we got a couple good posts. We're going to get into one of these. We're going to get into two shorter ones first. I'm going to skip one. We're going to come back to it because it's a juicy one. It's a long one. And turn down those lights. Some of you were coming into a nice Swole after dark, and I realized, why do I have to blast myself? Why do I have to blast myself with light? Not going to do it. You don't need to see me super bright tonight. It's the mood lighting. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? All right.
Go fuck yourself.
We got this one from Pauline, Swole fam. Shout out. Today, this is from the app. Today is my first. Today, my goodness, I always say it and now I can't even repeat it. Today is my last first day. I'm going through the app and attempting to complete the learning part step by step. There are no videos for the elimination diet section. Where might that be found? I'm not sure why this was placed here. I'm not going to be able to do customer service on the spot. So first off, when you join, make sure you go to the Get Started series. If there's something in particular, I have to see what Pauline is actually referring to. But the Get Started series is where you go. And of course, it's also in the nutrition section. So if anyone else wants to drop something in the chat, maybe I'm missing what she's missing out on, or if she's looking for something that doesn't exist. Anyway, Get Started series right there at the top of the app, but we'll jump in there and make sure that you're taken care of. So no worries, but we'll move on for right now. Thank you for dropping that. I do like that. It's great. It's a great way for other members or myself and the Swole team to get in there and help with some of those individual issues. And sometimes it's just like a search bar away, or sometimes it's not where someone might expect it coming in. But then once you can locate the information that you want. You can customize it and add it to your custom playlist, and then you can reference it whenever you want. You don't have to worry about finding it. So you're brand new. Welcome to the fam. We'll help you. And thanks for trusting yourself and doing something new. So we'll help you figure that out. We will jump into it. We will get you taken care of. Not worried about that. So welcome to the fam. Super stoked to have you, and let's get after it. So while you guys are watching, and maybe over the weekend, you could also hop in and give some feedback. And I really do appreciate it. And I like that. I like it when you guys jump in and welcome one another. Of course, I don't have to tell you to do that. You do that anyway, but it's really good because a lot of times these intro posts will strike a chord or strike a nerve with another member directly. A lot of you are going through similar things, or you're focusing on similar things. So it's great. It's awesome. Swole fam making some fucking gains. Summer Swole. Summer Swole is upon us. Fuck yeah. It's going well. It's going well. Workouts are going well. How's everyone's workouts doing? How was this week? Was it fire? Was it good? Good workouts this week? Wrapping it up strong? Drop in the chat. Trav. Pompaswolio, or in the Swole fam. I came back to the Swole fam after a financial setback. I'm on week 5 of Swole season. I still struggle with pull-ups. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. And have you checked out the pull-ups masterclass? Do you practice negatives? Do you use anything with bands, or practicing negatives, or doing some other inversion? Dead hangs, we can help you with pull-ups. You could also post up a video of you doing pull-ups, and we can also adjust form and stuff like that. And is it just to do more pull-ups, or are you trying to do pull-ups for targeting the lats in terms of a strength program like you're in Swole season? So we can help you with that in terms of how you're using it in the program. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, we got one more. Basco in the Telegram chat says, I bought squat shoes. Looking forward to using them tomorrow. Very nice. Very nice. Squat shoes are cool. If you have good ones, they can really give you a nice, stable foundation. The sun is high in the sky. Well, the sun has just setteth here in the east. It's about 8:40. All right. This is from Joanne. So let's get into the last one. We'll do some rate my meal, and then we'll take some more questions, and we can get into some of this. Joanne says, hi fam, since my shoulders have decided to start causing me a bit of grief, I've been waking up with pins and needles, numbness, and pain in my arms. I've had to make some changes. I've swapped out heavy weights for the shoulder awareness program. I'm doing that and ankle and knee and hip mobility exercises, along with exercises for my back given to me by the physiotherapist. I can't comment on the effectiveness of this change yet, as it's still early, and the goal is to use these corrective exercises to get me back to lifting heavy shit. Sleep seems to aggravate my pain, especially in my shoulders. My husband says people should sleep on their backs. I can't stay on my back all night, and I was wondering what everyone else's opinions were. I sleep on half of my night on a Donna on the floor. Is that a typo, or is that something that I'm not familiar with? This is very hard, but seems to force the tension out of the muscles. It is a bit of a rough sleep, but my body is less achy in the morning. It's meant to be good for us to sleep on harder surfaces? ? I have also been given a Sharky mat, the ones covered in spikes. I've laid on it a few times before sleep. They do feel really good. What's everyone's opinions on the benefits of these? I'm aware of what you're talking about. I haven't used the ones with the pins. I feel like that probably is something that's maybe, it's like a massage. It can definitely hit some pressure points and maybe cause some relaxation. I can see how that would feel good. I haven't personally used it, but I'm open to it. So I don't know if you guys want to drop in the chat. But foam rolling and stuff like that, massage can feel really good. So I see how that would feel good. But I like hard surfaces. I love sleeping on the floor. I wish, what we use, I wish it was harder. Like I'm comfortable. I have a good night's sleep. with what we have currently, but I love hard surfaces. I really do. You have to get used to it, but I do like sleeping on the floor. I like the concept of getting down and getting up. You know, you're always bending down and getting up. It's just part of your day, which is good, rather than just rolling into bed. I feel like fundamentally getting down to the ground and then getting up and standing up and doing it at least 2 or 3, 4 times a day. It's just good for mobility. It's just a small little addition to your day. But I like the hard surfaces too. Okay, so let's see. My husband says people should sleep on their backs. I like to sleep on my back or on my left side. I don't like sleeping on my right side. And I believe there's something with sleeping on your left side for better digestion at night, maybe for, the way the acids empty into your intestines and all that kind of stuff. But I forget, but I've always preferred to either sleep on my left side or on my back. Okay. All right. So let's see. Let's recap. Welcome again. Pauline to the fam. Today is my last first day. I love that. Love that. Today is my last first day. Again, you don't have to start over and over again if you don't quit. So keep it moving. Keep it rolling. Let's get into some Rate My Meal, fam. Here we go. Yo. Boom, boom. Are you ready for some Rate My Meal? Let's do it. Shall we? Shall we dance? Drum roll.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? All right. Chrissy. Yeah, I know, but I love pasta. Oh, you love pasta. Yeah, you love pasta?
Everybody knows you never go full
No,
retard.
all right. It matters what kind of pasta you have. So we had Mama Swole made. I actually feel pretty good. But it has to be bronze cut and a special imported pasta that she's been getting. So, if you're getting Americanized, westernized shit, it's going to fuck you up. And some people, it'll fuck you up no matter what. So there's better options, and you'd have to test that and maybe use them sparingly and once in a while. And for us, in my situation, it's once in a while just testing the waters, but it's not a staple. I prefer potatoes and I prefer rice. And I prefer other forms of carbs and fruit, raw dairy and stuff like that. So that's what I prefer. But as long as, you have pasta, but where's the get that protein in there, bro. Fucking get some protein. We want protein. We got here Crystal, that looks like meat and bacon. I don't know exactly, my glasses. I mean, that looks, I want to eat that.
Get in my belly!
I want to eat that. I want to be all over that. I want that to be inside me. All right, Frank, 7 ounces of yams. I've never measured my yams before. I don't think I've measured ounces of a yam. 7 ounces mixed veggies. I don't like counting that high for veggies. Baked with olive oil drizzle, 7 ounces chicken breast. All right. So very low fat meal. You can have your own personal preference about the veggies. We'll just leave that as, we've discussed that many times. I don't prefer those for me, but they would have to be cooked very, very well. And obviously you want to make sure that you're getting quality vegetables, but we're getting protein. We're getting some good food. So good for you, Frank. All right. Frank's eating well. We all have our opinions, but of course, again, I find no downside to have. I find no desire for vegetables, but of course you're having fruit, or you can have squash. You can you're going to be exposed to different plant foods. So it depends on how you're categorizing them. And some people, a lot of you, or some of you, really just want to do straight carnivore, and that's 100%. And you've always felt good on it, so you got to fine tune. You got to fine tune and figure it out, what you can tolerate and what you thrive with. So James is just eating great value Walmart crinkle cut French fried potatoes. James.
You switch the samples.
Jaime. James. All right, Jason, drop in the chat. What's the latest with your nutrition? Some of you, do you have updates? Have any of you found some sensitivities lately? What's going on with your nutrition? Drop that in the chat while we're going through some of these meals. Tuna cheese dogs. Tuna cheese dogs and eggs. Let's fucking go. Holy shit, bro. Oh, fuck. Oh, I mean, aside from your choice in the bread that you're consuming, I mean, you can have sourdough bread, and some people just don't care, and that's fine. I mean, fundamentally, you're not eating anything like horrifying to the point. It depends on the cheese. You might not even really taste the tuna. What kind of tuna? Are we talking about chunk light? I don't know, man. It sounds like maybe you can get away with it because of the salty tuna and you have the cheese and it kind of combines. I can see how that could. I don't dislike tuna. I just had so much tuna in my life, especially at the beginning when I was initially bulking. I had so much fucking tuna in my life. I think I'll probably use the rest of my life trying to get rid of the mercury that I was consuming during those days. Just shoveling down Arnold granola, dunking that in water and eating just dry tuna. Oh, fuck. Got to eat every 2 hours to make those sick fucking gains. Let me tell you, it worked. It worked. So Jason, all right, man. That's pretty American meal. That's pretty America right there. And I mean, it's like a freedom meal. It's like, I'll eat this because I fucking can. It's like, you can. Enjoy that. God damn. John Vincent, do I see rice? Is that brown rice? Brown rice can fuck a duck. I'm a Jasmine boy. Is that chicken, egg? I see some green beans. Overall, is that AI? That's not even real. Is that spoon really a spoon? That looks like an AI picture. All right, so I'm not convinced that does that look like AI? That looks like that spoon doesn't exist. All right, maybe that's AI. All right, well, you're eating. If that's what you're eating, you're like, hey, make a mock-up of what I'm eating. That looks like AI. Yeah. All right, so if that's just, hey, I'm eating this, here's a picture. Fine, you're eating a home-cooked meal. Good for you. Sophia, grilled shrimp salad, air-fried dragon broccoli.
What the fuck is that?
Grilled shrimp salad, air-fried what's dragon broccoli? Grilled shrimp salad. Are we afraid of carbohydrates, Lassie? Are we afraid of red meat? I want you to eat a big old juicy cheeseburger, Sophia. I want you to get that red meat. What the fuck is dragon broccoli? What is it? What is it?
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have.
Was it? All right, let's get into some questions. Drop in the comments, #AskPapaSwolio. Shrimp is vegan. If you're eating shrimp, you're a vegan. If that's your main protein source, you're a vegan. Let's just be honest. You're a vegan. If you have eggs, you could be a vegetarian, okay, and have eggs, I suppose. That's still kind of weird. That's so weird. You're a vegetarian, but eating eggs, you could still call yourself a vegetarian. I don't think that makes any sense. Why does egg get a pass? It's like, well, what if you just eat chicken? Well, that's not a vegetarian. You're a chickatarian. You're a pollotarian. Weird. Okay. The egg gets a pass. Fine. What about milk? It's whatever. So I just think you're a vegan if you're a vegan if you're not eating animal foods. Okay. But we need emergency steak. Emergency steak. You're a vegan if you're eating shrimp all the time. All right, let's do what we got. Let's get into a question. We'll read some more comments too from the chat. All right. Let's see. Stu, need advice on how to get my chest bigger, lower chest. To get my chest bigger, lower chest, my upper chest seems to react well to my training, but lower is a bit more saggy and lacking. That you're just too fat. You're just too fat. Everyone has lower pecs. You're not going to have upper chest that are jacked, and you're not going to have soggy lower pecs. So you can do dips. You can do, deep push-ups. You can make sure if you're trying to hit your pecs too, make sure you're pressing with more of a tucked arm position. All right. Instead of, flaring too much. So you'll get more pec, a little bit less deltoid. And when you get leaner, you'll see that definition. So it's just the definition. It's just where you'll store body fat. And once you lean out more, you'll see more of that separation between your pec and your midsection. So if you're trying to improve make sure that you're getting a converging chest press for the most part. Make sure you're getting something like a fly. Make sure you're doing some sort of converging chest press. You're not just doing something like a Smith machine. You're not just doing barbell. Make sure you're using even dumbbells, but you're even better if you're using cables, or if you have a machine where you have like a pec deck, like a fly, where you're getting horizontal adduction. But dips are great. Dips are great for pecs and for getting the lower fibers. It's still the sternal head, so you're going to be hitting, if you're doing incline, you're just hitting the sternal head a little bit less. But if you're doing any of those movements, you're getting the entire pec. So if you're doing a proper incline bench, then an incline press, you're going to be hitting the entire pec. Alvaro Ramirez. I always have doubts about my stance when doing the Romanian deadlift. Don't you have a link to a video showing the correct technique for doing it? Don't you have a link? Do I have a link for a Romanian deadlift video? I mean, it's in the app. So let me just explain a Romanian deadlift, the difference between that and a stiff leg deadlift. A stiff leg is just straighter legs. If you're trying to if you want spinal erectors, either one is great. If you want to get a little bit more of the hamstrings, then do more of a straight leg position. Then do more of a stiff leg deadlift. Romanian deadlift, you're just bending your knees a little bit more. So it will just focus a little bit more on glutes, less on hamstrings, and a little bit more adductor. So if you want more hamstring, keep your legs more straight. If you want less hamstring, or if you just like to bend your knees more, just keep in mind that if you want to get the hamstrings, make sure you're doing some sort of a straight leg like a hyper extension. So you're also getting those hinge components of the hamstrings. So a lot of people, when they try to hit their hamstrings, they do a lot of curls, but the hamstrings also get jacked and have such amazing leverage when you're training from doing stiff leg deadlifts or, straight leg 45-degree hypers, things like that. Great for the hamstrings. Great for the hamstrings. And Romanian deadlifts are great. So if you want to bend your knees a little bit more, that's great. There's no problem with it. So maybe you don't have a good 45-degree hyper. Maybe you just like RDLs. There's nothing wrong with that exercise. So doubts about your stance. There's really no wrong stance because you could do Romanian deadlifts. You could do stagger stance. I think they call them B stance RDLs. You could do stagger stance RDLs, kind of like single leg. You can do wide, more of a sumo position, and do like sumo squats and really hit the adductors and the glutes more. So you can do all sorts of foot positions. It depends on what you're trying to target the most. So just pick something comfortable. About hip width, toes could be slightly out. They could be forward. You could go more narrow. And then as long as you progress it and load it properly, you can get stronger doing anything. Let's see. Yeah, join the fam. Join the fam. Because we have all the video breakdowns, and you can look up tons of stuff for RDLs online. But I think what we really need to encourage, and what I would encourage all of you to do, is to trust yourself with the form a little bit more. You can get a lot of great advice. We have the breakdowns inside the app, and there's endless amounts of videos that break down different movements. But you also have to experiment and find that sweet spot for you. And as long as you start with a lighter weight, a weight that you can handle so you can practice the form, and then you slowly master the movement and you improve with the coordination and you progressively overload slowly over time, you can have, and you're feeling it in the right places and you're getting the results and you're getting stronger and you're loading it properly and you're not trying to jump too far ahead too quickly. You can, Lacey knows, and anyone who's really been in the industry for a long time, that you can do deadlifts. People do deadlifts with their heels touching. People do deficit deadlifts. We talk about Jefferson curls, which is essentially, rounding back all the way. You could do sumo. You can do, quote unquote deadlifts, right? If you're gay. You can do conventional. You can do all sorts of different bars, hex bars, and, single leg stuff and landmine. And there's so much different stuff out there, but as long as you progress it, there's nothing wrong. A lot of people will see sissy squats. Oh my God, my knees could never do that. Well, my knees and my body couldn't until I started practicing, and then I could do it. I could never do a Nordic curl until I could practice a lot and do a Nordic curl. The Swole card, I don't think we showed it today. Pinkston is sleeping and twitching. We got Swole After Dark. So drop that. Aww. Lacey asks, Papa, have you ever used bands? Bands with deadlifts? Yes, you mean like around your thighs? Or you mean bands like on the weights themselves? I've messed with different things like that, but I really don't do a lot of, I haven't done a lot of that stuff. A lot of the banded. You mean like on the ends of the bars on like a platform? So I've never used bands with deadlifts in that way consistently. I don't really have, I have like the band pegs and I have the spots available, but the way my gym in the inside or where we have the bar, I'm just not going to be organizing and putting the bar. I don't do those exercises indoors right now just because it's going to take too much to set up. But I can imagine what it's like because I've used bands a lot, super heavy bands on the like 45-degree hyper. So I'll wrap the bands around me or I'll be holding the band. So that kind of hip extension, that kind of extension with the band getting really tight at the top. It's probably pretty sweet. Really good for glutes. I mean, not really. I mean, I guess kind of. But then, it depends, like at the top. Yeah, if you do it right, I mean, until when you lock out, it's not really glutes. Because when you fully lock out, it's probably not as much. But right up to the top, if you kind of pause right there, ooh, it's got to be gnarly. It's got to be gnar. But that's why with the 45-degree hyper is great, because you can really focus on that consistent end range of motion. That's a lot safer for most people. And you can use bands. And that's really great for, you'll get the hamstrings too, but it's more glute. And then if you want more hamstrings, then you use dumbbells or a bar. I really like the hyper loader. I've done a video and I've had the hyper loader where it stacks the plates on top of a pin. It's really fucking great. I really like 45-degree hypers. I usually do those every workout. Here we go. Let's get into another question. Ben, here's an age-old one. 2 reps in reserve are failure. Part 2, failure every set, or reps in reserve, then failure on the last set. All right, cool. Let's talk about it. So 2 reps in reserve, I think most people, myself included, I wouldn't trust myself to know what 2 reps in reserve is. So I'm pretty much like a failure, or at least 0. I'll complete a rep and know that I'm not getting another rep. Or if I do, it's going to be like a scratch and claw, and it's just not going to be worth it. So it's either that for me, or I'll hit failure, where I'll attempt the rep and not make it and then bail out or something like that. But I'm pretty good at knowing when, okay, the next one is unlikely to either be easy or even be accomplished. So any kind of uncertain repetitions, where I'm at in my training, I really feel good with the volume, and I fluctuate between a different amount of volume for my sets. And I think people are much better going to, and this is why machines can be very, very beneficial, because you're safer. You're safer when you go to actual failure. When you can't get the rep, you could just drop the handles. You don't have to worry about getting pinned by the bar. So you have to do this safely. And that's another factor. If you're training at home and you don't have good supports, you shouldn't be doing it anyway. Or you don't want to drop the weights on the ground and like put a hole in your floor if you have dumbbells in like an apartment complex. You don't want to, like, the dumbbells to go through like 3 stories. So in those instances, you might go like, okay, I finished the rep. I probably can't get another one. You're safer popping out of there. But if you have a good, good spotters, or you have a machine, you can push until failure, and you're like, oh, I can't get it. Boom. And then you drop the weight. Okay. And that's task failure. You don't have to pulse it out or do a drop set. Like, you can't do the rep. That's failure. And I think if you're trying to guess if you could do 2 more, I just think you're not going to, most people don't even get to, most people, even if they go towards failure, they're not even, you might have done with shitty form. So it wasn't really technically the same kind of tension on the muscles because you had poor form. So it might've been a couple reps before and you just fatigued yourself and you cheated. So if you're doing it properly, I think you're much better going to go as far as, and again, you don't know what failure is. If you're a beginner, not that you are, but if you are a beginner, you don't know what failure is until you figure it out. But I think as soon as you can gauge properly those uncertain reps, and then if you're not sure you're going to make it, and just don't do that one. So if I do my set and it's like, okay, I maybe can try another one, like, but that one, probably not. I don't even bother. I'll just do another set. And sometimes, depending on how many reps I got on that one, I might drop the weight slightly and then match the reps or get a couple more. So I think you're much better off training up to that point of either failure or not attempting uncertain reps. And then failure every set, that depends on the volume. That depends on the body part. It's much more fatiguing to hit to failure every single set. So if you're not going to failure and you're approximating having maybe one left, or maybe you could attempt it. Maybe you do an extra set, but it really depends on the body part and the exercise and your programming. So if you're going to failure on every set, then it depends on how much volume and what exercise you're doing later on, because that's going to negatively affect your workout later. And of course, going to failure on like a single arm preacher curl is different than going to failure on hack squats. So you have to understand what kind of load your body is under. So you can train maybe some smaller body parts and push them to, failure, but the failure is not the same. If you're doing a single arm, like posterior deltoid, extension. Okay, well, that's not the same kind of taxing nature as like stiff leg deadlifts or doing Bulgarian split squats, right? No one's comparing them in the same manner. So what I would recommend is getting really good with understanding what your body can handle and recover from. That way you don't have to worry too much about the details of your training. So if you're doing the right amount of volume and you're training properly and you're dialed in, you just keep on doing what you're doing. So my recommendation is not to do too much failure at the beginning of your training. Prioritize what body parts you're trying to improve the most at the beginning. And then like your first set, whatever's most important to you, do it first. And then you don't necessarily need to go as close to failure on those, or send it on those on that body part and then back off. But it depends on what kind of quality you want to have later in the workout. So if you're doing every set to failure, you're going to be burnt out at the end and it's not going to be as effective. So if you're doing 2 sets for an exercise, maybe leave one in the tank, or, kind of leave off that uncertain rep. And then on the second set, you drop the weight or whatever, and then you go until you actually hit failure. So that's possible too. So I would, you get a little bit granular. Most people, this is why I say you're better off doing less stuff to failure, right? You're better off doing like 2 sets for a body part. So if you're doing upper body, do 2 sets for chest and push them both to like, pretty much failure. Like if you can't get a rep, okay, you're done. That's failure. Do it safely. Maybe don't do that uncertain rep, and just two or 3 hard sets like that, and then move on. Don't overcomplicate it. Just focus on getting stronger with whatever exercise you're choosing. For me, I have a lot of different options for what I do. So I'm torn between doing like the same thing over and over again. So I really just don't stress it. If I feel like mixing it up and doing something different, I kind of hop around, but it's pretty much the same movement. And I don't really over stress doing literally the same movement all the time because I'm not competing. But in general, you want to keep the movements consistent. You want to make sure that you have a pattern of hitting the right areas repeatedly, and you keep the competency of whatever movements you're doing. That way you can adapt properly. Because if you're just doing random stuff, if you're doing, and again, you could do a flat press at one gym, and then maybe the next time you do like an incline press, you like at this gym, you go to a different gym. You can have 4 or 5 different movements that you kind of rotate through, and like a pec deck here, you can rotate through a few different exercises. The whole point of like, oh, you're doing something completely different is if you're doing one day, you're just doing max push-ups and you're doing 5 sets of all out push-ups. And then you're doing, heavy strength training on, you're just doing random approaches for your program design. So if you're doing a flat press or an incline press, and as long as you have an overall tracking of where you're at with those exercises in the past, and you factor and filter those in, you can have a lot of variety. It's just not, there's a point where variety is distracting. So you want to make sure you're hitting the same movement pattern. So what's the joint doing? Make sure that you are doing the proper joint movements for the muscles you're trying to hit, and then choose different exercises based on what feels best and what's convenient, all those types of things. So the more you juice the lemon at the beginning of the workout, the less juice you're going to have at the end. So think about it that way. Boyd Love, baby. Yay. Boyd Love. My name's Boyd Love. Boyd says, I like to do chest, triceps, and quads one day, then back, biceps, and hamstrings on the other day. Is that a good split? If need be, I can break my entire program down. Boyd, you are... When your pets die, you get them stuffed, don't you? You take them to the taxidermy and you keep them, right? You keep them in your freezer, don't you? I'm just kidding. So you like to do chest, triceps, and quads. So it's like a full body push, and then back, biceps, hamstrings on the other day. That's a great split. That's a fine split. That's a fine split if you like it. It's full body. It's full body. You just have full body A and full body B, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. What I would say is it depends on what exercises you're doing. So if you're doing for quads, if you're doing like, what are you doing for quads, right? If you're doing, a lot of times what you'll do for quads will also hit glutes. And then if your glutes are fried, you know, you could have some conflict. If your glutes are fried to hit your hamstrings, you know, if you're already sore in that area, because there is crossover. So, you know, this could be something where like your hamstrings are sore because you did a quad exercise, but you also hit glutes. So your hip extensors might be a little more compromised. Like, even though it didn't really target your hamstrings, you're still fatigued and you had stretch and all that kind of stuff. So it really depends on if you're doing like isolation, if you're doing leg extensions, but if you're doing compound movements, there might be crossover. Just keep that in mind. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's full body. It's just full body A and full body B. So that might be something that you'd prefer. You know, you're essentially maybe just start getting into full body training. But this is essentially full body. So nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. If it's working for you, then keep doing it. I've done things like this and I prefer just to do upper lower. I prefer to do upper lower. I mean, this is my current split is just, I like doing every other day. I'll do stuff on the in-between days. I'll do some cardio. I'll do walking. I'll do some specific small body parts, or I'll do something that I'm focusing on for more frequency. Like I have, you know, in between stuff, but I like the every other day because anything that I want to train super intensely and hard, you know, whether it's upper or lower, I can always train that first. So I can always do full body. I can do glutes first, you know, every other day if I want to. So because of that patterning, I can pick anything and prioritize it, you know, which things I'm doing first or second. But generally it's upper lower, but then it could always be something if there's, usually I'll do calves every other day. And I just do it first in my sessions, or, you know, I'll do forearms on every day at the end, or on off days, and I'll go for a walk, or I'll do club swinging and mobility or Swole and stuff like that. So there's no bad split. There's no bad split. This is an option. If it's working for you, fine. If it's not working for you, then there's other ways that you can split, that you can break it up that you might enjoy. Ralph, I can't lose stubborn fat. Any advice? Yeah, join the fam. Do the nutrition jumpstart. Let's get you off eating garbage. You know,
For 400 years, that work has kept us down.
There's a lot of factors. You know, it's really hard to just tell you any advice. I have a lot of advice, but listen to the podcast and join the fam. Check out those Summer Swole specials. Go to summerswole.com and join the fam and join us for Swole After Dark and start learning how food is affecting your body and your environment, and get on a quality strength training program, cut out a lot of these toxins, and start for the last time, right? Like we talked about earlier, start for the last time. Let's see here. Lacey says, my split doesn't make sense. It's everything 3 times a week. Yeah, because that's really something where as you get older, what you appreciate more, and this is why, so you're doing it 3 times a week. That's essentially what I'm doing. It's just every other day. So if you're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm just doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, every other day for that kind of programming. But when you get older, it's more important. It's the frequency that's important, but it's also, I like doing the every other day for my bigger sessions because I'm always coming off fresh. So I like that where if I'm doing upper lower Monday, Tuesday kind of thing, where it's like next day, there's nothing in between. I trained hard yesterday and of course I can still have a great workout, but it's not as good as if I'm coming off a day where I had, it's just some accessories or light stuff or essentially nothing super high intense. I still like to do some work and maybe push some things like, to failure, but it's like, forearm stuff, or it's like I'm doing some tibialis raises with like some, a couple plates, so it's like the front of your shins. So it's, it's not really failure training, or I'll do some reverse sled and I'll swing some clubs nice and easy. So it's nothing high intensity normally. Sometimes some cardio, versa climber, but it'll be shorter duration, but I'll factor that in. So anyway, what's most important is so I think as you get older and as you start lifting like heavier weights and your recovery is so important, it's just, you want to be fresh going into any workout, and stringing together multiple days in a row for training starts to be less inviting. This is the best way I can put it. And I think it just comes down to how taxing any kind of intense, heavy lifting close to failure, up to and including, is on the nervous system. And then having a day off every other day, every time you're training, you come in more fresh. And then if you need an extra day, you take an extra day and you have 2 days off. So, you can really and double your rest and your recovery. And one extra day is not going to, I say it's not going to make or break, but it absolutely could make. It's not going to break you, right? Taking an extra day for recovery is not going to make it worse for you. If anything, it will either do nothing because that wasn't the issue, or it's going to make it better because you got some more recovery in, which is also a sign if you need some more recovery. What I always say is if you have good programming, you never have to do deloading, but that's not always true. It's just, there could be other aspects in your life. It's just how you phrase it, because there could be other aspects of your life in that moment or at that time. You had good programming, but because of external stresses, right? Something's going on with work or personal, whatever it is, that programming that you were doing is not sufficient because you are not able to recover properly because your situation changed. So before you had this stressful situation, that programming, that recovery, those rest periods, those exercises, whatever that was great. And then all this, shit hit the fan. So that would have to change a little bit. Maybe you drop the volume, you drop a couple things, and you go more minimalist for a little bit to stay consistent, stay focused, but, help you recover more because maybe you're not recovering enough. Stress matters, especially if you're consistent with training. So sometimes you just have to pivot and adjust. You can call it a deload, but you don't have to deload when you don't need to. But when you have a program that you're able to pivot, when you're doing maximum swole, for example, you're able just to add in extra recovery. You're able to expand it from, okay, I usually take 2 days off here. Let me take 3, or I take 1. So let me add 2. And instead of doing every other day, let me do every 2 days. So I'm doing Monday, Thursday instead of Monday, Wednesday. And just for a little bit, you add an extra recovery day in between, do some swole, go for a walk, and keep the program exactly the same. Just add another day here and there. And then, hey, I feel better. Cool. So either you keep doing that, or you go back to your previous programming and then do less on those days. So you can recover from that. You just know, hey, whatever I was doing in the context of my entire life wasn't working anymore. The whole idea and my point is you don't have to take 3 weeks off and deload. People deload for, I take 4 weeks off. I take a month off. The whole point, what I mean by never having to take time off, it doesn't mean that you don't expand your recovery and adjust your programming. It just means that you do it before it becomes a problem. So of course, if you're doing something like professional bodybuilding and you're going into a competition, AKA a show, that's very specific because you peak and you go into it and you're dieting so hard and it's so stressful and you have you know, a lot of people take like a few weeks or a month off and they completely like recover or they do a couple shows and photo shoots and they not crash afterwards, but then they go through a period of just, you know, they have to recover. It's very stressful. So that's different. But for the average person, what you want to make sure that you're doing is catching it before you have to pull back and then take all this time off. So for me, if I'm doing every other day and I feel like for whatever reason, okay, I need an extra day, I just take an extra day. And then I come back and I do a workout. If I need an extra day, then I take another 2 days. And then, you know, but you stay consistent, just kind of expand it a little bit. And then you come back to your frequency. But I really like the every other day. And every time I do 2 on and then 1 off, I usually have to come back to every other day. Just it fits my flow with my training and what I'm doing and focusing on. And that's what I encourage all of you to do. And that's what we discuss all the time. You need to make sure that you are customizing and getting into it and thinking about these things, you know, in this way, because it's going to help you customize and adhere to it and be consistent. It'll help you execute those 7 pillars. All right, let's get into some balls deep. Let's get into some videos.
That's deep.
What's it gonna be?
Okay. Do not redeem!
Do not
Do
redeem.
not redeem the card!
What?
Do not redeem the card! No!
Okay.
No!
Do not redeem. Hashtag Swole After Dark for a chance to win today's Swole card. So let's get into this one. We got a couple of videos here. It's Friday. What the fuck is this? Let's do this one. It's called Burn More Fat.
What's in the box?
And if any of you have any questions, we can follow up and take a couple more questions. But let's get this video. It's called Burn More Fat. Happy Friday.
I wish more people realize this. That consuming 1 cup of wild blueberries, preferably in the morning or before your workouts, literally allow your body to burn 20% more fat, particularly visceral fat or belly fat. And that's the most dangerous fat that can be on your body, especially if you're someone that consume a whole lot of junk food, sugary food, or food
Blueberries help you lose more
cause a lot of
fat.
inflammation and it's not good for you. But of course, alongside these blueberries, I need you to walk it on a consistent basis. Focus on protein and an overall healthy diet and lifestyle. Just simply incorporating blueberries naturally allow your body to burn 20% more fat. But hey, look, just come in blueberries. I see you a simple regimen. Incorporating blueberries for fat loss and fat. Make sure y'all follow. Y'all don't miss no videos. I'm definitely keep it coming.
Comment blueberry. I'll send you my blueberry PDF. I'll send you my blueberry approach. I'll send you my blueberry regimen. Comment blueberry below. I'll send you my blueberry regimen. I'll send you my blueberry regimen. Fuck. Oh.
What's up with the guy with the weird eyes? He handicapped or something?
Oh. All right. Let's do this one. We got what was that shit? Glorious. Excellent. Excellent. Speaking of speaking of Pinkston Churchill, we have a Swole After Dark. Oh, you're so cute. You're delicious. You're a delicious Dougie. And Tainty Man is off the reservation. All right, we got this one. It's called Dietitian. Dietitian, another one.
Okay. If you ate McDonald's today and you're feeling shitty about it, I'm a dietitian, and on my way home, I just got a junior chicken and I'm finishing my iced coffee. And I was just sitting here realizing I used to stress so much about food. I was obsessed with being
Silent pauses.
healthy to the point where it was disordered.
I was obsessed with being healthy to the point where it was being disordered. I would disagree. I would say getting McDonald's at the drive-thru is disordered eating. No one, but I'm so strict. Oh my God. I think that's disordered eating. I think eating that slop is disordered eating. I'm a dietitian. I used to care about my body, and then I realized I just wanted McDonald's so bad. And now, yeah, you look. Come on, you look thick. You look like you eat McDonald's. That's the thing.
And I would have been just absolutely abusing myself right now for eating McDonald's.
I would have a conscience. I would have a conscience and, feel guilty for a reason because I know I'm eating slop. But now I eat it guilt-free. Isn't that great?
And my life is 10 times better for
And by the way, not only am I eating garbage, I am so happy. I'm going to make a video telling you about how happy I am and trying to convince myself that I like what I am. I like what I've become. Why are you making a video about this? Just eat your fucking slop. Eat your fucking slop. Eat your slop. Why can't people just fucking eat their poison? I wanted to eat garbage. You don't have to make a video acting like you're so virtuous for doing it. What the fuck is this crap? Why can't people just eat their garbage? Try to convince themselves publicly that, no, you made a terrible decision and you don't look good either. Okay? You look like you eat McDonald's. You look like you make a lot of other poor decisions too. And who's paying you for information? I just don't understand. Well, just eat it. Just fucking eat it. Why do you have to take a video of you pretending like you did something good for yourself? Who are you trying to fucking... Who buys this shit? Who listens to this like, yes, queen, you're right. Yes. Yes, queen. Oh, you go, girl. Girl bossing. That's right. I love a dietitian that's fat. I love someone who has no idea what they're talking about to tell me what to do. All right. Eat blueberries. That's right. You should be eating blueberries. What's wrong with you? I will send you. All right. Just drop blueberry in the chat, fam, and I will send you my blueberry protocol right now. All right. Brand new. Only go to onlyeatblue.com. All right.
My relationship with food.
My relationship is so much better with food. I just eat garbage and I tell other people to eat garbage too.
10 times better for healing my relationship with food and just allowing myself to eat what I want when I want without stress. And it's literally just the best feeling. So if you're beating yourself up for eating McDonald's, just know that there is nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Food is energy. Food is fuel. Your body's going to use it for nutrients. And
No,
this is coming from a dietitian. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
You don't. You look like you don't lift either. You look like someone who I don't want to become. Oh my God. I'm a dietitian. I know what I'm talking about. Oh, did you pay for that? They gave you a little piece of paper because you paid them. And they gave you nonsense in your ear holes for 2 years. You got scammed. I'm a dietitian. I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, obviously. This video didn't have to be made. She could have just been a dietitian and privately goes to McDonald's. She knows she's making a terrible decision. She knows she's eating garbage and she's trying to gaslight you into thinking like a dietitian's perspective. Yeah, most doctors are fucking retarded too. Most people are retarded. Most people that are retarded. There are a lot of people with a lot of money that are fucking retarded. There are a lot of retarded people out there. There's a lot of people with good fortune. Some people are lucky. Some people are fortunate. Some people are skilled and mentally damaged, but there's a lot of retards. There's a lot of retards afoot. A dietitian's perspective. Well, you're also retarded.
So please just let it go. You're doing an amazing job and feel your relationship with food because it's the best feeling.
I don't have a relationship with food. I eat food. I have a relationship with Mama Swole. I don't have a relationship with food. I don't take my food on a date. I don't ask my food how it's feeling. Oh, how was your day, food? I didn't mean to leave you on red. Leftover Chipotle. Fucking weirdos. Fucking weirdos. Like, why can't people just make bad decisions and shut the fuck up? Why do they have to publicize them? Seriously. It's like, good Lord. All right, let's do another one.
What's in the box?
This one's called kale. Oh, God. I never want to touch kale again.
You don't need to change your entire diet or start eating salads every day. What you need to do is start cutting your meals with kale. These leftovers from Mr. Chow. Now, I could just eat that by itself, but instead, I took a whole bunch of kale, put it in the microwave, washed it, put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds, got it nice and soft. I'm over here cutting it until it's like giving grains of rice. And this is how I live my entire life, how I've lowered my A1C, lowered my cholesterol. A whole bunch of kale is constantly in this drawer. I just take a whole big chunk of it, wash it, heat it up for like 10 seconds. And put it in whatever I'm eating. And I've influenced my entire family to do this. Like, it goes in anything. This is not spinach. It doesn't have that strong of a taste. It's like, cut that shit with kale. Cut it with kale today.
To me, being Somali isn't just eating bananas with rice. It's a lot. It's like, it's an interesting thing. It's very hard to describe what it means to be Somali and what it means to be American, but it's like a cultural fusion. It's kind of like the bananas and rice.
Fam, it was hard. It was horrible. It was horrible, fam. It was horrible. Oh, it was a horrible nightmare. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that was awful. That was the worst. That was the worst ever. Let's give away the Swole card. That was not appropriate. Swole After Dark. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right. I do declare there is a Swole slut. It is Leslie White, 89. Congratulations. Felicidades. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3669. 69, dudes. Swole card 3669, the subject. Your mailing address in the bio, the email. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
And that's the way, I like it. You see my sunshine. Donnie, you're out of your element.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Famwise. Thank you for being here. We do have a throwback. Is it possible? Do we have two? We have two. We're going to finish it up with a repeat offender, but
what's in the box?
Let's get into the first throwback. We'll do two of them. We'll do two.
The hardest thing when it comes to fat liberation
is that it's located on my cock.
being able to move forward in terms of fat people being able to gain dignity and a sense of worthiness.
This looks like Mr. Doubtfire.
Access is the idea that people can control
Doubtfire,
the size and shape of their bodies.
You can! It's called discipline. It's called discipline. It's called creating a good fucking habit. Try it sometime.
I know that it's incredibly hard to wrap your heads around this.
The
idea that is largely outside of our control. It goes against everything that we've been taught.
You're an idiot. Yep.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, man. It looks just like Mrs. Doubtfire. Don't I have... Oh, yeah.
I don't work with the males because I used to be one.
Yo, that was Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't work with the males because I used to be one.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
All right, let's get into One more. We got one more throwback.
What's in the box?
Pumpkin Face returns. Oh my goodness. Can't get rid of
I'm
this
really
guy.
in the mood for a pumpkin spice latte.
You're a fucking dork!
But I'm trying not to drink my calories.
And what's wrong with drinking calories?
Stop pretending.
Oh, well, I'm just trying to save my calories for food.
Honestly, it's best to just eat and drink what you want.
No, it's not.
If you're craving a pumpkin spice latte, go have one. They're fun and seasonal.
And cancer.
Calories are never bad, nor are they good. They're just energy. Go enjoy your pumpkin spice latte.
Tell me what can you drink? What can you drink where there's calories and nutrients that can be valuable? Raw dairy. That's it. What else are you drinking with valuable nutritional content? Blood? Coconut water. That's yeah. Oh, so bad. No, like that's fine. You get the point. Broth. All right. My goodness, there's no such thing as bad things to consume. Like, there are things that kill people. If you eat the wrong thing, you can die. So it does fucking matter. Not everything you can eat is good for you. Some things kill you in small ways. Some things are doing bad things in your body. If you consume them, it's going to have bad things happen in your body. Are you going to die immediately? Not if you unless you choke on it. Okay? Unless you choke on it. So if you don't choke on it, are you going to die immediately? No, but it's a bad habit. And there's better choices. All right? If you eat McDonald's one time, maybe you have the shits, maybe you don't. Maybe you have a migraine, maybe your stomach hurts. So you're going to die immediately? Not unless you choke on it. It's just, there's better decisions and you don't need to be a sheep. You could make a better choice and feel good all the time. Or most of the time. You know, the same people that make all these excuses don't look good. They don't sleep well. They're getting sick all the time. They have all sorts of issues. So take care of your health. You'll never regret it. Thanks for being here. We'll see you over the weekend. We got Swolosophy. So make sure you check out the feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you come and join the fam over at summerswole.com. We have awesome specials and the wrapping up. So don't miss out on that, summerswole.com. Join the fam today, download the app, and jump on those 7 pillars and ask any questions you want in the community section. We'll feature them here on the show, and of course, we'll jump in there. Make sure you all check out those latest posts in the community section and throw your opinions into the mix. Have a great, safe weekend, everyone. And remember, it's Memorial Day weekend. Remember to say a prayer for the fallen and remember what this great nation was founded upon and those that sacrificed their lives for our freedoms. And make sure that you come back. We'll be here on Monday. We'll have a Mancast. So make sure that you are coming around and saying hi. And we'll have new releases and stuff as we always do. Papaswolio.com for awesome merch. Did you guys know, by the way, in closing, I don't know if you know, but if you go on over to papaswolio.com, we have some new drops. We actually have, can you believe it? We actually have magnets over there now. I don't know if you noticed.
Magnets!
If you haven't scrolled the magnet collection, man, throw a couple magnets into the shopping cart on your next order. Look at that. Curl Bears, Top Guns. I can show you the gym. Look at these fucking magnets. Out of control. So go pick up some magnets. And if your walls are looking a little bit bare, you head on over to the accessories tab. And why don't you go on down to tapestries and look
This
at
is a
that.
castle, isn't it?
You
There are tapestries.
can
We have
pick up
many tapestries.
some of our many tapestries. Tapestries galore. Go and check it all out. Papaswolio.com. Hell yeah. All right, fam. We'll see you next time. Peace, McGeese, Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papaswolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing, like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. Whoa, my shit is relevant. Our topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children popping.